was thinking about what's an easy way to get people to understand that they absolutely can make money. And this was actually driven by a TikTok that it's a person that I know in real life. And she's constantly trying new get rich quick schemes. And it makes me insane because I'm like, you're a smart, capable woman.
Yeah, why wouldn't they be? We make business so fun, don't we? In that case, let's introduce ourselves. Hey, it's Anna and Selena and the 15-ish minute coffee chat podcast. Talking business doesn't have to be boring. So dive into our coffee chat conversations and learn something new for your small business. Hey guys, and welcome to season 14. Oh my gosh, of the 15-ish minute coffee chat, a conversation providing tips for every entrepreneur and business owner. Now, running a business shouldn't feel like chaos, but for many entrepreneurs, especially women juggling multiple roles, managing the back end of a business can be overwhelming. Enter Amanda Krill, our guest today. She's the founder of She Owns, who has helped hundreds of business owners streamline their systems. With a deep understanding of what works and what doesn't, Amanda is here to share how simplifying business management can help you scale smarter, reduce stress, and reclaim your time. Welcome to the 15-ish minute coffee chat. We're so excited that you're here joining us today. Hi, Selena.
Hey, oh my gosh, it's been a week, hasn't it? It is. It's just, but I am super glad. And as your techie, I am the girl that's, oh my gosh, I found something new that makes us more efficient and all the things. And to be honest, I have been waiting on this with Amanda's program, her platform, and finally I hit it, and I said I'm ready, and I went in and of course, Anna knows this. I was like, "So guess what I did?" And she's, "Oh, no. What did you do?" But right as your business evolves, you have to grow in so many different ways. You use different things to be more professional, to give your clients a good experience when they're with you. And so with that, tech comes up, right?
Yeah, I think see, here's the funny thing, right? Like when Selena comes in and says, "So I did this thing," and I finally admitted to her the other week. I was like, "Listen, whatever new program, new platform, new thing that you're choosing to evolve into, I'm following, right? Because you're the one who does my tech back end. And so you have to be there. And if that's what the latest and greatest is, that's what it is. So we're really excited about this platform and the streamlining that Amanda has put in place. And we really think that it's going to be super helpful for a lot of those, DIYs, small business entrepreneurs and that are really looking for something that's going to help them scale in a way that they with less energy, right? And that's the love language in my world. Less work.
Yeah, no, I'm in
Yeah.
agreement.
I know what's happened. It's so chaotic.
Yeah.
I'm going to throw up our call to action because that is our call to action, right? Give us a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Like when you're thinking about the back end of your business, does it feel like chaos back there? Are you like, oh, what's next? Or what should I do here? Or I just have to put that aside. I can't handle it right now.
Look, are you really in business if you don't have 10 million tabs open on your computer? It doesn't matter what business you're in. You have to use the computer to do something and processing of something. But yeah, and I love that question. And please, again, tell us, is it chaos? And if you don't, boy, good on you. I'm
Yeah.
jealous.
Yeah.
So,
Right.
okay.
Yeah.
So let's bring up her bio and let me see here. Let me pick where we're going to be here. And we're going to tell you a little bit about Amanda. All right. So Amanda is the founder of She Owns, an all one platform dedicated to empowering women entrepreneurs to grow and manage their businesses. For the past 17 years, guys, she has served to do a she has served as a virtual assistant, online business manager, web designer, and a trusted right hand gal to hundreds of business owners. Through this extensive experience, Amanda has gained an intimate understanding of what works and what doesn't for women in business. So, also, as someone living with ADHD, she knows firsthand the challenges of juggling multiple roles and responsibilities. That's why Amanda created She Owns, a tool that has completely transformed the back end of her own business with features ranging from CRM and email marketing to project management and social media scheduling. She Owns truly streamlines and operations so women can focus on what they do best, building the business of their dreams. Come on.
I know.
Oh,
It's the dream. It's the big dream. It's why you become an
yeah.
entrepreneur, right? Build that business of
Yeah.
your dreams. So I'm so
Yeah.
excited to have her up. I'm going to bring Amanda up right now. Here we go.
Yeah.
Amanda. I
Oh
love you
my
guys.
God.
You are so wonderful.
Hey, you know what? We are constantly told we would make the best hype team. Anytime,
100%.
Amanda. Anytime. Okay, because I'm so excited to dive in. We should do our coffee cup selfie because sometimes me and Anna get to talking and we forget. I'm gonna move you
Yeah, I was
up
just
into
going to
this
say, move
spot.
her so that, oh,
And then we're gonna just go like this. And on three, our imaginary photographer is gonna take a picture. 1, 2, 3. Okay, there we go.
that was
Cheers. All
perfect.
right. Are we ready? Are we ready? Amanda,
Yes.
thank you. We talked a little bit backstage about how I feel like I have a little bit of this ADHD because it is really hard, especially as a business owner when you're solo entrepreneur as well, right? And
Yeah.
you have a zillion tabs open and a zillion back end things to do. Yeah, it's awesome when you can just hyper focus. So
Yeah. That's one
I
of the
love
things, having done this for so long, even working for myself or working for someone else, it didn't matter. Like the idea of going from this program to this program, that little code switching time that that thing that happens when you like go from this program to this program, you're like, okay, now wait, where was I? What was I doing? And then
Yes.
it's one of the things that she owns fixes because you're just all in one platform. So you don't have to remember how did I need to do that. And there's this thing where it like all of the pieces of it talk to each other. So you don't need any other third party program to make this talk to this. It just all works. And it like alleviates it could take me an hour to do a thing with all these different programs and it'll take me 10 minutes within She Owns because I don't have to keep switching platforms. It's really handy.
Okay, look, Anna, is she not my techie bestie?
Yeah.
Amanda would be my techie bestie. Right. And she has been, guys. She has answered. I bought into her program and she has answered my emails like as if I was my client. It's so nice. It's so nice. You guys don't even know. You don't know. But right, Anna, did I not say that? I was like,
You did say that. And I love what you're saying here because even if you're not techie, if you're not like I am not a techie person, I don't dive into those data numbers. I don't love them like Selena does. But I still have to do all those things that are required to be done for a business. So I love the idea of this all in one platform. But I want to just back up for a second because you touched on this briefly. But and it leads us right into the first question that we had for you. And actually, let me pop that up for you because it's why is simplifying business management so important? Like, why is this so important just overall in general for entrepreneurs?
I would say the number one thing is that when you simplify things and you have one thing in everything in one platform, you're only paying one price. So it saves you money is the most important thing. The second thing I would say is that idea of the fact that everything already works together. Like you don't have to use Zapier or anything else to connect. For instance, I have a client who does everything on Flowdesk, but she takes payments through PayPal and those don't talk together super easily. So we have to use Zapier to every time a product is sold, then tag that has to connect. And it's just like it gets broken and it's just annoying to set it all up. And everything is so much easier and just all in one's place. And it's unbelievable how much time it saves you, how much headache it saves you. And when you're scattered all over the place on multiple platforms, you're less likely to get things done. Number one, because I do this all the time. And I don't know if it's ADHD or something else, but I'll have something that in my head seems like it's going to take me a long time. It's on my list, but it'll be 3 or 4 months before I do it. And then when I do it, it literally took 15 minutes. And I'm like, why did I resist that for so long? But it's just because in my head, I thought it was going to take forever. And when you simplify things, you realize, I think, quicker how much easier it is. And you don't drag it out for so long and you get more done in less time.
Yeah. So I just have to tell you for the non tech person, things like Zapier and things like that, Selena handles all of that. I don't even touch that. And in my mind, I don't know how that works exactly. I just know this gets to there and it just is there. for me. But for the person that doesn't have a Selena or an Amanda on their team readily available and researching and looking into what the latest and greatest is and really getting to know all those different tech stack options, that can be a real problem because now you're manually inputting information from one platform to another. So you've got your user error issue that could potentially happen. But second, that is super time consuming, right? Nobody went into business to be a data scriber. Like, oh, nobody did that. At least nobody I know. Maybe
Nobody
there's
I know
somebody out
either.
there that's like, that's me. I want that job. Please, please me. I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, I love
And if you do have that job, hey, good on you guys. Good on you, right?
I'm glad you found your passion.
Yes.
But imagine if everyone was just like, "Oh, you mean I don't have to find something to fix this broken issue?" And that's what
Yeah.
you're saying that you've created is a platform where you don't have because it's on all in one, you don't have to go out and find
Right.
substitutes to fill in holes and gaps
Yes.
that people are.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah.
And as somebody, I swear Amanda did not pay us because I just want to talk about the back end stuff. And I thought about this. I'm like, man, if I was new in business, there's things that you don't think that you should have that's there, right? There's
Yeah.
a scheduler. There's, you know what I mean? There's all these like marketing. Hey, there's a quiz builder. There's all these things that you're like, so I'm more established. So I have all these outside stuff and I'm super excited as I get going that I can drop some of that to, I
Mhm.
think like this question says, simplify my process.
Yeah.
And I wanted to go back. Another part too is I love people like me and Amanda exist so that people like Anna can just live an easy life. Do you know what I mean? Anna, yeah,
Margaritas, they're hard at
right.
work.
Right. And so I don't know how it works, but it works. Okay, I'm happy. That's all that matters.
I
So,
think I think the idea here is that everybody has strengths, right?
mhm,
And mine is not
Absolutely.
tech. And so a platform like Amanda's would be really helpful for somebody like myself who doesn't get excited about researching every technical option and trying to figure out what it does and how it can then integrate into what you already have. Versus somebody who gets really excited about tech. Maybe that all in one platform is still something that they want to use, but they'll still do research for other clients or something like
mhm,
that. I don't know. What's nice is that you can really use it on both ends of that spectrum and
Yeah.
for different reasons. And I
Mhm.
love that about what you've created.
I just spent this last weekend, like, completely redoing the onboarding process because I realized, like, some people who are coming in are like Selena, like, they don't need their handheld. They can just be like, "Oh, cool, got this," and get everything done. And then there are other people who are coming in who are more, like, new to the whole world that don't even know what a list is, and they don't know what all of these different terms mean. So I broke it into 2 paths. So this section explains the terms and walks you through step
Mhm.
by step by step everything. And this section is more like just filling in blanks that you might not know. The platform calls them campaigns rather than broadcasts and things like that. But it's simplified so much that if you're a tech person, you're going to be great. And if even if you aren't, you're going to be fine too, because it walks you through the whole process.
That's all. And that
yeah,
simplification and that understanding is so important to making your job easier just day to day. Because
Yeah.
if you're struggling to understand the tools that you have, then work feels like a lot of work, right?
Yeah.
And it
yeah,
can feel very unrewarding, at least in my
yeah,
experience,
Yeah.
yeah. No, and I think something like this is like that ultimate toolkit that every business owner can like benefit from. I really do. Yeah, I don't know. I do geek out and I do get excited just when new things come up. And when can I ask? I totally wrote a question like, did you know this is something you wanted to eventually create? Is that
No. Like,
how
when
did
I
you land
started
into
my
this?
business, it was because I was $64,000 in credit card debt, and I had 3 small children, and my husband was a teacher, and I was like he didn't know about the debt, so I'm like, "I can't just tell him to fix this for me. I have to figure this out." So I started the business and paid it off in 3 years, and then once he did find out, I had it pretty well paid down by the time he found out about the debt. And then he was teaching and he hated it. And he's like, "Why am I a teacher if you're making more money than I am?" I'm like, "I don't know, quit." So he quit, started his own business. And I've just been continuing the business all of these years. But I also had other things going on. So like I bought a building and I was trying to turn it into a co-working space for women. And I decided I wanted to open a business incubator for women. And I was also doing my business was originally called the Just Boldly Go Project, partially because Boldly Go, I'm a big Star Trek nerd. But I also think the idea of that, of boldly trying new things and going into places where you aren't comfortable is the best way to expand and be a better person and all of those things. And somehow in all of that, like this idea fell into my lap and I have really been driven the last few years by the struggles that I've seen my mother go through and my grandmothers and then my mother specifically, a couple of years my dad died a couple of years ago, and just a few years before he died, he turned into this awful alcoholic. He was a great guy when I was young, but, like, he turned into an alcoholic, and at one point, my mom was like, "I wish I could leave him, but I don't have any skills. I have no money. I have no nothing. I don't know what I would do." And then I realized, like, the same thing happened to my grandma and my great grandma and all the way down the line, and we women lack confidence. There's like a skills gap where they think that they don't have anything to bring to the table. And I want to fix that. Like I want to help more women start more businesses because I think it's a better way to give yourself opportunities and be a better example to your kids about what you don't have to just get a job and do, what everybody else is doing. You can do something that fits your own personality. And yeah, this is it somehow all ended up right here in this weird intersection, and this is where I'm at, so
What I love about what you're saying right now is that you have opened doors where there weren't doors open before. And
yeah.
I think that is really inspiring in that there are probably women out there and you specifically try to reach women. I men are welcome to use your platform too. Let's
They
just make sure
can,
that's
but
very clear and understood. Your audience is women. And so there are women out there who, like you said, do not feel confident. I don't understand. I don't have the
mhm,
time to learn. I don't have the education to do this, where you've eliminated some of those obstacles and barriers to say, give it a try. You never know. It would actually could work very well for you because I've taken down those obstacles that you're afraid of
Yeah.
yeah,
blocking your abilities to succeed in what you want to do. And that right there, right? You just want to do a little cheer. Yay!
Yeah. No, I so appreciate you just bringing our past generations and how it was for them. Like, same, like my mom and grandmother, as soon as they got married, it
yeah,
was have children and just keep the house. And they were in the olden days, the secretary word, right? But that's the only skill. And sometimes that pay at that time did not allow you to take care of a whole home and children,
yeah,
right? And you just made me think, and this is why I love what you're saying. When my grandfather passed, my grandmother did not know how to use her cell phone. You know what I mean? Like, she was so
yeah,
dependent, and we empowered her, and she just blossomed into this, like, trying everything and doing everything. And so I think for me, I'm going back to that feeling that you're putting out there of having females know that they are so worthy and they have the power to learn and, like, really go further than they we're led to believe sometimes,
yeah,
right? Yeah. And also, side note, like super side note, your Go Boldly, I didn't touch on that it was a Star Trek reference. And me and my husband just watched the new Star Trek Project 31 series the other
how is
night.
it?
So good. So good.
I
If
have
you like
not watched it
Michelle,
yet, and
yeah.
because I heard
Yeah.
bad things, but
Look,
I'm the
yeah.
biggest Star
Okay.
Trek nerd,
Okay.
so
So you'll have to tell me though from a Trekkie side, because I really watched it because of Michelle
I
Yeoh.
love her.
I loved her. So that's really why my husband does not usually sit down and watch these things, and he actually watched the whole thing with me. He was like, "This is good." So
Alright,
anyway,
well, then I'll give it a shot
okay,
'cause I love
all right,
her, and the whole
yes,
idea behind
okay,
Section 31,
yeah,
when that came up in Discovery, I was like, "That is the part of Star Trek that I would absolutely be part of."
yes, yes,
100%.
yes, yeah.
Like, I have no idea what you're talking about, but that's okay. That's
They're the
okay.
fly people, and
I
they
don't
kill people,
dislike Star
and
Trek.
it's great.
It's never been but,
No,
yeah, you guys
eh,
go.
yeah, you
Do it.
do it. Amanda, I'm going to tell you, Anna sent a picture in a group chat with some of our other professionals. She sent us a picture of her 11 books she picked up at the library the other day. She was like, here I am, living my best life. Okay. I know it's not about Star Trek. I know it's not about all the other things. Anna, let's bring up this second question for Amanda.
Actually, we've already been talking about the
Okay.
second question. And
Okay, cool.
so I want to tailor it just a little bit. So I'll throw it up there as it is. But we've already talked about some of the big challenges that women are facing when managing their operation. And what we talked about was less like the actual business part of it, where they're in business, but more like the challenges of getting into business. So, if we could focus, if you could share with us what you've seen when women are running their businesses, what are they coming up against? And then how is your all in one platform helping solve those concerns and issues that they're facing?
Okay. So I would say the first thing, and so the platform itself doesn't solve this, but the community aspect of it does, is I think the lack of support is like the biggest issue and the biggest thing that makes women just quit because they think their spouses are going to be supportive because they're their spouse and they should be. And oftentimes they aren't. They think their friends or family are going to buy what they're offering, and oftentimes they don't. And it gets really discouraging really fast. So having other people who are doing the same kind of things that you're doing, you're like, it doesn't have to be the same business, but they're in a business and they're having the same struggles. And it's more encouraging to be around people who are doing the same kind of thing that you are. So I think that's the biggest thing is that the community aspect of it fills a gap that, I mean, for 18 years, I've been running my business for 18 years. For probably 15 or 16 of those, I had very little support. And now that I have more support, it's, oh, I feel like I could have gotten farther faster if I'd had that. So that's the number one thing. And then the second thing is that they're trying to do all the things by themselves. And the platform doesn't replace a VA necessarily because sometimes you still need a VA, but it setting up the automations and like when you're first starting out, sometimes you're like, I can't afford all these things. I'm just going to sell this thing and then I'll send it out myself. And then I'll remember to send out an email and ask them how they're doing. And you will not. And I have learned that the hard way. I'm 48 and I used to have an amazing memory, but now if it doesn't get written down, and sometimes even if it does get written down, I'm like, I don't even remember writing that. I don't know. But so I think the automations are key to having a successful business. They buy, it's delivered, you get an email, then they're popped into your nurture sequence and it just keeps rolling and you don't even have to think about it. So that I think those are my two biggest things that the platform helps overcome.
Yes, for
Go ahead,
anyone
Anna.
that's listening to the podcast and not watching the show, you missed a Selena aggressively pointing at me through that last reason as it
Yeah.
was talking about people who say, I can't afford all the things, so I can just do this
Mhm.
and I'll remember. That is what to a T me. And I also have a very hard time with hiring VAs because there's the time invested into having to teach them, first of all, what
Mhm.
you need. And then the idea of, oh, I can do it myself faster, even
Yeah.
though not it doesn't make you more productive to do that. It makes you less productive to continue to hold on to everything. I
Yeah.
know these leadership challenges about myself. I'm
Right.
very well,
No.
about addressing
No.
them.
Yeah. But okay, look, I want to touch on one thing about Anna, right? And if you don't know, she is a certified Gallup strength coach, right? And one of her, she's a doer. She likes to get things done. So if something stalls her, she's like finding something that will just get it done. And if that means going old school way, the fact is that she likes to get things done. But I do love that. I do want to touch on your community aspect. And I just watched a reel on Instagram the other day, and it was the speaker was talking about the power of female energy. And this not a woo thing, but I thought, oh my gosh, she just described it. But she was like, when a woman sits down and the energy is very received, there's like your empathy level goes up, your all these little things about us and
Mhm.
our energy goes up. And she's like, and when that happens, collaboration is powerful because your synergy is so good. She goes, that doesn't happen in males. That only happens in females because there's something about us. So I love, yeah, I'm gonna have to send you that. And I just watched it the other night. So when you said that, it's so true because I know that when Anna and I do sit down, we do work separately, but when we physically, and she says it's not Zoom on Zoom, it's like in person.
Yeah.
Um, the way that energy is like created between the two of you, between two women that really want to be in the same space is very powerful. So I loved that you talked about that because I can believe it. I can believe that community is a challenge that most people don't realize. But when they do, like you said, later in the years when you did find your community and that support, you blossomed even more. So I just wanted to bring that up. I can't wait. I'll even put a link in our podcast and YouTube descriptions to that reel so you can. I wasn't making this up. I really watched it. I even saved it. Not
So
knowing I was going to use it today, Amanda.
one thing that I have learned over the years, and the Gallup Strength Finder is what made me learn this because, like, when I very first started out, somebody asked me what my strengths were. And I was like, I don't have any. And they made me take that test. And then I was like, oh, like I didn't realize those things. Like I do those things, but I did not realize that those were strengths. That's just, I thought everybody did those things. So that thing changed my life. And my number one is woo. My number two is strategy. My number three is activator. And my number four is maximizer. And it wasn't until I learned what the whole maximizer idea was that it's happened to me since I was a kid. And I don't believe in myself. I don't think because I just inherently believe in myself. I actually attribute that to my alcoholic dad, who was a good dad when I was young, but he believed in me so hard that I 100% believe in my ability. And when people are around me, they start believing in themselves more. And I realize that that's the whole maximizer thing. So,
It's both maximizer and activator too, right? Because you're
okay.
inspiring people to do things and they
Yeah.
see that in you. And here's what I love for maximizer, an all-in-one platform is 1,000,000% a maximizer output,
Yeah.
right? Like you're just going to keep making it better and easier and better and easier and better and easier. You just keep going.
Yep.
And I love that. I love that you love strengths. I love strengths. For anybody
I
who
know.
doesn't know more
I
about
tell
strengths.
everybody I
Yes.
know, I'm like, you have
Yes.
to, because it really makes you understand more about yourself. And it's hilarious when I redid it. I know you're not supposed to redo it, but I redid it and got my bottom five, and I was like, oh, that makes sense. Like, and then on that one,
Oh, it's funny. Okay, so I know we are not doing a thing on strengths, but I do want to say that
Yeah.
when you are talking about strengths, those bottom five are not weaknesses. You still have the capability to do them. But the thing about strengths are is when you're talking about your top strengths, these are the things that come very naturally. You can still do those bottom five things. It just takes
I
a
don't know.
lot more energy and a lot of work. And you feel exhausted when you're done with
Mhm.
it,
Yeah.
right? Like it is
Yeah.
not a natural ability you have. And that's what's
Mm.
so cool. I love to tell this story. So my husband, his number one is my number 34, which is there's only 34 strengths in the Gallup, in the Clifton Strengths realm. So his
Mhm.
number one is my bottom one. And you can definitely see where we clash when I don't understand that strength very well because it's not something I do naturally. But you can also see where we complement each other because he brings something to the table that then allows me to thrive in some way that I wouldn't have been able to do on my own. And maybe that's part of the beauty of that community we were just talking about, right? Bringing people together and you bring these perspectives and these strengths and these capabilities together. And when you're in a supportive community where women or people want to share. They want you to grow. It's about collaboration and not competing with you. You're going to
Mhm.
see amazing things happen. You're going to feel better about who you are and what you're doing. It's part of the process. So I love that your platform went into this. It's a place everybody wants to be now. Why wouldn't you?
Yeah. Like strength coaching is Anna's, it's my favorite thing to bug her about and ask her about and inquire about. So I don't know this, you guys, this is not anywhere in any of our questions or thought. This is a very natural occurring conversation that happened. And gosh, I'm really glad we talked about it. And by the way, strategic is mine and Anna's number one, Amanda. So can you imagine if the three of us were in a room together, like what could be like generated and thought about?
I think we might conquer the world.
Yes.
Really. One of the things I do, I know we're not doing strengths, but one of the other things I love about strengths is even though all three of us have strategic in like our top, yours was two, right, Amanda? So in our
Yeah.
top one and two, they're there for different reasons. So I am strategically capable in a way that Selena's not and that you're not. And so when you get three strategists in a room together, you really are like unstoppable powerhouses of creating that long-term
Yeah.
path and plan.
Yeah.
I get
So
connected.
I'm gonna manifest this, Amanda. Something's gonna happen between three strategists. I don't know what it's gonna be, but I'm
We'll
saying it
figure it
today.
out.
We will figure it out. We will. Okay, look, we're gonna just have to continue our conversations with Amanda offline because I feel like we could continuously just keep talking with her. But I guess, is there any other questions?
I mean, what we want to do is we want to have Amanda dig into what her platform is, but let's do that with the toolkit
Hmm.
because the toolkit offers everyone out there an opportunity to come and try it out. So let's throw the toolkit
Oh yeah.
up. And then, Amanda, if you can give everybody a lowdown of what's on your platform, what they can expect from it, and what this toolkit offering is that you have.
Hmm.
Yeah. So I was thinking about what's an easy way to get people to understand that they absolutely can make money. And this was actually driven by a TikTok that it's a person that I know in real life. And she's constantly trying new get rich quick schemes. And it makes me insane because I'm like, you're a smart, capable woman. You don't have to jump on these MLMs. You can make something from your own skill set that would make you more money than what you're doing right now. And what she's doing right now is writing letters for something, like handwriting letters. And she's, I make $200 a week. And I'm like, you want hand cramps? Like, why would you want to do that? That doesn't even make sense to me. So, this whole offering was driven by my, I don't want to say disgust because it's not disgust, but I just wish she would use the God given talents that she has to make money rather than doing all of these other silly things. So the idea behind this is I help you come up with something that is something you're good at, that you can make a PDF or a checklist or something like that, that you offer at a really low ticket price and you set up the whole automations and whatnot, and then you just start talking about it on your socials. And before you know it, you sell $1,000 worth of stuff that took you 2 hours to set up. And it just really builds confidence in your own abilities and gives you money. And who knows where it'll go from there. So that's the idea behind it.
I love this because what you're allowing someone to dip their foot in without committing to the whole enchilada, if that makes sense, right?
Yeah.
I know that's an old saying of I don't even know where it came from, but you're like or dip their toe into or whatever into you know what I'm saying. They get to try it without committing, and they get to see like where that success, how the success feels, how it
Hmm.
feels to sell. Do they truly love this? Because part of the reason, one of those blockages, I think, for women entrepreneurs is also the what if I hate it?
Yeah.
What if I don't like it once? And now I've invested time and money and have all these tools and that I've paid for, and then I give up and then they feel stuck. So
Yeah.
this gives you an opportunity to try something out, see if this is what you want to do, see if this is where you want to go, see what success could look like. So this is beautiful. I love this toolkit.
Yes. Yes. Now let me know where they'll find the link to her toolkit.
Yeah, you're going to find the link on annaandselena.com/resources or blog. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
/blog is where it's going to be.
Yeah.
But Amanda, can you dive just really quickly into what's in your all-in-one platform that they can expect if they do this with you?
So many things. So CRM, if you're not familiar with the term, it's just customer relationship management. So you can build your list and keep track of your conversations with people, whether it's on Facebook Messenger or email or whatever. It compiles them all in one place because one of the bigger issues of being an entrepreneur is this person sent me a message and then we started emailing and then I can't remember what they said and where they said it. And so it compiles everything into one place. That's one really handy thing. But there's also a booking calendar. You can sell products, you can build courses, you can have a membership, you can send invoices, the booking calendar allows you to do all different kinds of appointments. They can be in-person events or like one-on-one coaching or a group coaching situation or a classroom situation, just all different kinds of things. You can Did I say sell products? I think I did. There's
Social
so
media
many.
schedule.
Oh,
I
the
know that's
social
what.
media scheduler, yes. Once you have all of the things that you're building, like, you can share them and schedule it, so you don't have to be like, "Oh, shoot, today at 2, I was supposed to do that." You don't have to think about it, which is what I'm talking about. Taking those things out of your brain and putting them into an automation that things are taken care of and you don't have to worry about them anymore. And there's so many things in the platform that I can't even think of all of the things in the platform. I'm trying to go down the sidebar of what is in there. Oh, websites, your funnel,
Yes. Yes.
or
The quiz builders. I I'm
mm,
geeking out, Amanda. Seriously. Like you guys, like she's listing it and I keep going down in tabs and like you click a tab and then it opens up and all the things that are accessible. And I'm like, no way. What? Like I
yeah,
did it for the courses portion of it, but then I didn't realize it had that much more.
yeah. The
I just
automations of you purchase or a form is filled out and then boom, the things just happen. They're tagged so you know what they purchased. The email campaigns, just there's so many things.
okay, so I just want to remind everybody out there what we're talking about here. I literally have a different platform for every single thing Amanda has just listed out currently. So if that's where you're at and you're looking to simplify, this is what we're talking about today. There are options out there like Amanda's platform that we highly recommend you take a look at because the last thing we want you to do is keep competing with yourself for productive time, for your energy, for your nobody wants you to see you burned out because there's just too many things. So if you can simplify it and if you can take it down and Amanda's platform works for you, go and check it out. Okay. And you'll find it on that link that's scrolling, that's going to be in all the places that you'll see the annaandselena.com/blog. Everything we'll do direct links to Amanda and her platforms and her toolkit and all of it for you. So it makes it really easy for you. No brain power at all. You just have to go find this blog that we're going to put out for the show notes.
Yeah, because Amanda did the legwork already, you guys. Okay. I'm like, okay, we have to bring up this part. I guess we're getting to the end of the show. I just want to keep talking to Amanda, but I realize she's got a life as well.
And
So
I'm sorry, it's supposed to be
no,
15-ish minutes.
I know.
It's 40. So I'm sorry.
No,
And
this is
that's us.
yeah, this is totally us. Hey, Amanda, tell everybody where you want them to find you, your favorite place to hang out, all the things.
The website is sheowns.org, so it's really easy to find. I have a LinkedIn. I don't spend very much time there. I'm mostly on Instagram and TikTok. TikTok a lot. I love TikTok. I'm really scared it's going to go away. So I'm hitting Instagram too. And I just launched my YouTube channel today. So the very first video went out today at 2:10 p.m. and it was automated. I didn't have to think about it. So, yay.
We will go there and we will watch your first YouTube video and hit. So you have at least 2 today, although I'm sure that you already have had people watching it and liking and subscribing. And so that's awesome. Congratulations. All right. All of these links for Amanda will also be on that blog post, just so don't feel like you have to remember them or as she verbally said them or as you're looking at that slide. Amanda, I just want to say thank you so much for being on our show today for all those things. This is the Oscar music that comes on when we're saying goodbye to everyone. So thank you for being our guest. For
Yeah.
all of our audience out there listening, come and find us at annaandselena.com. We do love LinkedIn, so you will find us on there. Also Facebook and Instagram.
We'll
Or
convince Amanda. We'll convince Amanda to jump on LinkedIn.
yes, exactly. You can also find us on any of the podcast platforms for the 15-ish minute coffee chat. We look forward to seeing you at our next show. And until then, have a wonderful week.
Thanks, Amanda. Oh my gosh. Did they actually make it to the outro music?
I told you this would work, Selena.
Okay. Well, thanks for tuning in to today's show. Now head on over to annaandselena.com to listen to more of the 15-ish minute coffee chat. We've got over 100 episodes, all geared to making your businesses more fun and profitable.